Hi there. So happy to have you here today. So let me see. I have my questions here. Discuss part three of IELTS questions. So let's see. The first question we can work on. First, the topic is actually um, talking about childhood friendships. And so when I think about a childhood friend, I had several. My favorite one was my friend named Edith. She was the first person that helped me to discover Spanish, my love of Spanish, because we were in the neighborhood and one day I went to her house and she said, "Oh, do you want to eat?" And I said, "Yes." And so she took me to her house. She said something in Spanish, which I had never heard. I was about 8 years old at the time. And then her mom comes out and brings us some tacos. And I kept saying, "Well, what is it that you were talking about?" And she said, "Oh, I said, I didn't understand you." And she was saying how she was speaking Spanish. And I thought, okay, I want to learn that too. And so that's what I was doing. All right. So let's see. I think we have someone online. Let's see. I'm going to look at this. You can tell me in the chat. Hello, everyone. Hello. Go say hi there in the chat. Hi. You can let me know who's there. Okay. Let's see here. All right. And so the first question is, do you still keep in touch with your friends from childhood? Let's see. I don't, because one, most of my friends, um, childhood friends, was in Florida. That's where I grew up, and I don't live there anymore. And so I don't keep in touch with them. But I do know a friend of mine who's 75 years old that still keep in touch with her friend from kindergarten, from when they were like 3 or 4 years old. They still write letters and send cards to each other. So I thought that's very interesting. Oh, hi, Kyung. I thought I could get you online too, but I could not get this working. Um, so maybe you can type in an answer when it comes to, do you still keep in touch with your friends from childhood? I can put that in the chat here. And so maybe you can think about that. Let's see. That first question. Okay. Yes, I can. I'm going to put the chat in the chat here. Do you still keep in touch with your friends from childhood? I wish I could share the screen with you. Let's see. I wish I could see you. Okay. But I do have that. All right. So, as I was mentioning, my friend, I don't keep in touch with any of my friends from childhood because even though they live in another state, but I just never did. We just didn't talk anymore. Okay. And so then, what do you think about that, Keong? Are you typing an answer, a question, typing in an answer? Okay. But I could share also some of my questions too online. Let me share the screen. I know this is new for me, but we'll try to work it out here. Okay. Let's see. Let me share a screen, see if I can share that. Uh, this Chrome tab. Oh, it's not letting me share that. Let's see, window. Like here are the questions here, especially part three. We weren't doing part two. And so I was talking about number one. And so for number two, how important is childhood friendship to children? I think children should always have friendship with other children so they can learn how to play and be active, something like that. Um, in part three, they're not timed. We don't time it like we do in part two. I'm going to stop sharing for the moment, okay? And so I'll just try to answer the question as a native English speaker. What do you think, Keon? You think that's a good idea, just for me to answer the questions as a native speaker? I think I'm going to do that. Okay. And so, because I did not, I'm pretending like I'm in an examination room so that you'll know what it feels like. I can feel the pressure of trying to answer this question because I've never seen it. I didn't think about it ahead of time. And so I want you to to know what it's like for a native, oh, my hair is in the way, native speaker. So then, okay, so how important is childhood friendship to children? I think it's very important because then they'll learn how to play, they'll learn some social skills um, as far as uh, how to live, how to share, how to have a conversation. So I think it's very important that children have childhood friendships. And a lot of times those friendships can go along with you as you get older, into the teenage years, maybe adulthood, and maybe you'll still have those friendships. So I think it's important that the children have childhood friendships. Okay. And so for question number three, of communication via, what do you think of communication via social media? Well, I consider YouTube part of that social media. I think it's good. I know I like to use text sometimes to talk to my friends, just if it's like something short. If I'm saying, hey, can we meet somewhere? Or to just send like a little short message. I don't necessarily have to do it the old way. Like back in the day, you used to have to call people and then leave a message on their answer machine. And so the person had to go home, listen to the answering machine, and then call you back. And so it took like hours for people to do that. And it was, but people got, I mean, you didn't have a choice. And so that's what you knew. But now with social media, you can talk almost instantly to someone. And so I do like that part. The downside of that is that if you use it only to talk, then you don't learn the skill of having a conversation with a person, being able to deal with people's emotions. And so for me, it's good and bad when I think of communicating through via social media. Okay, and the question number four, do you think online communication through social media will replace face-to-face communication? I don't think so. Replace it? Of course, the online communication through social media will replace face-to-face. No. Even though there is a lot of online communication to replace face-to-face communication, I just don't think I don't think so. That would mean that you're never talking to a person in real life face to face. People still have to go to work, even though a lot of people work from home or remote. But you go to work, or you have to go to the grocery store, or you have to even just when you're relaxing, going to the park and walking around, you still have to see people in place face to face. Oh, good. So, Kiana, you still have contact with one of your friends in childhood? Oh, we've grown together. Oh, wow. That is so nice to know. I love that I hear that someone from their childhood, you still stayed in touch. Wow. Okay. Well, let me go ahead and give you another question, Kyung, here. Number 3. Like, what do you think of communication via social media? Oh, okay. Okay. And I have it set where you can, yeah, send the answers. Okay. All right. And another question is, what's the difference between having younger friends and older friends? Oh, I like friends of all ages. I love that. For me, I like the younger friends, especially because I can stay up to date either with uh, the new way of saying things or new things to do. And plus, they have a lot of energy, and that's good and bad. That's why I have my older friends because they are a little bit slower. And so I don't have to um, run around all day, but we could just sit and talk and drink some tea or something and have a good time. Whereas my younger friends, they help me get up and get out. Like the other day, my friends wanted to do a hike for a 4-hour hike over these hills, tall, tall hills. And I was like, no, maybe next time. I have to work my way up to that. And so that's those are some differences too. The activity, what you do, and how long you do it. I like to take my naps in the middle of the day, so that's why I have my older friends, so I can take a break, and then later on go out with my younger friends. Um, and some other differences besides how they talk, the things that they like, what they watch. I can always stay up to date with my younger friends. So I know I have my favorite friend back home. He's only, let's see, how old is he now? I think he's about 8 years old, and I love him so much. How he is so smart, and so I like talking to him. And also my niece, I think she's also about 8. I think that must be the age where I really enjoy it because they like to talk and they're very animated, and everything is new to them. So I like that. Okay, and then has technology changed people's friendship? This is question number 6. Let's see. Also, Keon, okay, you think that communication via social media is very important than before. Okay, let me go ahead and put that on there. Let's see. Mm, I thought I can put that on there. Okay, so uh, it's very important than before. However, I don't think that online communication never ever replace communication. I know, me neither. No, I don't think so either. So let's try the question number 5, Keon. Let's see. Okay. The difference between having younger friends and older friends, what do you think about that? You can always just let me know in the chat there. All right, and so in number 6, has technology changed people's friendships and how? Hmm, I think a while back, people used to at least keep their friendships going by maybe writing letters or sending cards. I mean, I get that sometimes now, but I think they did it even more so then. I mean, years and years ago. When I say years and years ago, let me see. Mm, well, before the internet became so, before, yeah, the internet became so popular with people, with the crowds. And so I think people used to call a little bit more and just talk on the phone instead of just, like now we could send like a little chat, hey, how are you doing? Whereas before, um, we might even sit on the porch and just talk with our neighbors, talk with our friends. I remember going with my friends, just going, walking around the neighborhood, just talking. Um, I think technology has caused people's friendship to not be so deep or so close as it used to be. Now it's kind of like surface. It's just oh, I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. Mm. And you think you have like a lot of friends on social media. You say, oh, I got like hundreds of friends, but I don't think any of them will help you out when you really, really, really need it. or will take time out of their busy schedule. That's for most part, for most people. I do have um, some close friends that I might just send a quick text to, but I also talk to them in person, things like that. Okay, so those are our 6 questions. That was pretty quick because this is like my first ever live YouTube video. I do like it, but I can definitely feel the difference without it being recorded. Okay, so there are some differences between having younger friends and older friends. At least I can name 2 things. First, I think activities will differ. That's true. That is true. Okay, so let's see what else can we do here. All right, and so I think I'm going to go ahead and end this today. It's only for a few minutes to try it out. All right, you take care, and I'll see you later. Oh, my hair. I got to do something with that. Okay, bye bye.